You're watching Griffon Sports Insider, presented by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Now, here are your hosts, Brett Easley and Ryan Minley.
Hello and welcome to GSI, where basketball season's now in full bloom.
It is here. The Griffon men open MIAA play this Wednesday night at Pittsburgh State. They'll take a 5-1 record to the Hardwood Jungle. That's after going 1-1 this past weekend at the St. Mary's River City Classic in San Antonio, Texas. Western dropped a 68-49 game to Southeastern Oklahoma Friday night, shooting just 27% from the floor, but they came back on Saturday night to knock off the host school, St. Mary's, 77-76. And joining us right now is head coach Tom Smith. Your thoughts on the weekend? You're not going to win many, if any, games shooting 27%, but you come back to beat a very good St. Mary's squad on Saturday.
Well, you know, I thought we were really well prepared for Friday. We spent a lot of time on the zone, Southeast Oklahoma complete zone team. We just could not get anything from the perimeter, obviously not shooting very well overall. You know, I thought we hit a tough road on Friday. I don't think you're going to win very many games with your two leading scorers, you know, putting up goose eggs. Came back Saturday, I thought, and had a really good quality win on the road.
You know, you said after Friday's game, first loss of the year, we'll find out more about our team after we lose. And through the first 5 minutes, looked a little bleak. We were down 12-0, but boy, after that, James Harris hit a three and scored Friday. And then, bam, it's contagious when you hit shots. All of a sudden, you start playing better defense, and that team played with a lot of energy and a really fun performance to watch.
We really played hard. I think I said at the media luncheon that we really earned the respect of the officials in the game against St. Mary's, and I think you're right. I thought we all walked away, came back. We were in shock early. I think we were shook up. We had a couple guys again come out and not play well early, but then Deontay came in. And then actually Reed Mells came in and really settled us down at the guard position and got us doing the right things, got us back on track, and pretty soon, you know, you could see that character, you know, being built in the right direction.
Let's talk about Levante Douglas. He's averaging 14.5 points, 7 rebounds for you, shooting 55% from the floor through these 6 games. Really, the most important thing, he's playing really hard. He looks good out there. He is giving you 100% effort every night.
Well, he, along with, you know, TJ and Deontay, and I mean, have set the tone right from day one, and they've been through it. I agree. Again, I think, you know, he's been through it. But the one thing about Levante is his you know, occasionally last year he would what you call lose it. You know, he'd just kind of lose his composure during the middle of a game. He has yet to do that. Last year, I think you saw him perform well one game, disappear another game, you know, half a game here, whole game here. But this particular Levante Douglas has been here almost every night, and I'm so happy for him because his attitude has just changed over the summer.
Well, Coach Smith, 5-1 through non-conference play, certainly a success. Now it's time for the grind of the MIAA, and we jump right in. Wednesday night at Pitt State, Saturday at home against Emporia. Talk about those two teams, and then talk about the league as a whole and what you know about the league.
Well, you know, every year you come out and you say, well, you know, the league is better, the league is not as good, the league, you know, and I think that the early you know, guessing about teams was that perhaps the league was not going to be as good. You know, now that we can begin to start looking at it and looking at the different teams, you know, you go all the way down, you know, to Truman, who I've seen Truman play twice. Quincy barely beats Truman. Quincy turns around and beats Central Missouri. I just think that one of the things about the men's league is that anybody can bite you on any certain night. We're opening with Pitt. I think Pitt is one of the most improved teams. Obviously, the rest of the coaches and the media felt they were, because I think they were picked 5th, right. Or last year they were 7th or 8th, and there wasn't a lot of respect for the new coach and the whole business. Kevin Muff has come in, has done a great job. I think they have some good athletes. I think they're stronger and bigger than we are, just physically. I don't know about height-wise, but physically. I think we're going to have to play every bit as well as we played against St. Mary's. And I think, again, I think St. Mary's was a great win early in the season. St. Mary's is a team that, in my opinion, would definitely be in that 4, 5, 6 slot, maybe in the MIAA. So I think you're going to have a performance every bit as good as we had Saturday night.
Pittsburgh 13-13 a year ago, 4-2 this season, and then Emporia on Saturday. You're home for that. Emporia with a new first-year head coach, 4-1 on the season.
I think anytime you play a first-year coach is dangerous. I think Southeast Oklahoma was a good example. I think you have a guy who, you know, they haven't been beat down. You know, they haven't gone through the thing. Not that David Moe was easy to play against. Don't get me wrong, because Coach Moe was a very, very good coach. But I think anytime you get a new guy, every game is important. He works hard every game. He's not like a guy who's been through it. Some guys have been through it many years. You know, hopefully we're not saying that about us, but I mean, because we prepare, we get ready. But sometimes you look at teams like Southeast Oklahoma, and the guy's been beat down. He only won 3 games the year before. That team's not going to be as prepared as sometimes as a new coach, and I think this new coach has done very well.
Do you feel like if you give the effort that you've been giving so far, that you get that from the guys, that you're going to be in pretty much any game you play, if you don't shoot 27% from the floor?
Right. I think as long as we don't have some guys not show up to play, I think we have a chance to be in with most teams, and I think we kind of learned that at St. Mary's. Because I don't think we'll physically see anybody stronger, bigger than some of the St. Mary's guys, and athletic. I thought they were fine. I do think we learned some lessons, and I think that's the important thing. Is that I think for us every possession is important, and I know other coaches would say, well, it's always like that. Well, but some people don't play the same way. But I think everyone is going to be important to us, and I think we kind of learned that lesson down there.
Okay, Coach Smith, drum roll. Easley's impromptu. Guess what?
Good questions this week.
They are good this week. I'm still in holiday mode here, Coach Smith. It's a holiday season. I'm curious, your favorite unofficial holiday, would it be Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
You know what? I've never seen Thanksgiving or Christmas. To me, I'd say Black Friday.
Along those lines, at any time in your life, what's the earliest you've ever gotten up to go shopping?
10 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank goodness you never say 4 a.m. Pre-game ritual for you, along switching.
Well, it's interesting. I know this is supposed to be short answers, but it used to be nap, and now I can't nap anymore. I don't know why. I don't know if it's age or what, but all through my first game as a head coach, I could go home and lay down and rest a little bit, and then get up and get ready to go.
Are you getting more nervous as the older you get?
I sometimes think I do. Really? Sometimes my stomach Friday and Saturday. I mean, when people talk about, what a great trip to San Antonio, it's not that much fun for the coach, believe me.
That's good, though. That means there's something still there.
And finally, maybe along the line of pregame ritual or just along any line, favorite type of music for you?
60s.
60s,
all the way.
Sinatra?
No, I'm more upbeat. Yeah, rock and roll, 60s.
Chubby Checker. There we go.
Let's get a good start in the MIAA this week, Coach Smith.
Thank you.
That's Tom Smith. We'll be right back.
He once helped an unbalanced bull by teaching him ballet. He cured a man's foot with plantar fasciitis by playing Go Fish.
You have an 8. Go Fish.
He helped balance a man by playing darts with his eyes. He is the most helpful physical therapist in the world.
I don't always go to physical therapy, but when I do, I prefer Spine and Sport.
Stay healthy, my friends.
All right, guys, I think we're ready to go.
MIAA play opens Saturday. Your Griffons host Emporia State. Go Griffs.
Why can't you be more like that?
Why can't you dunk like that?
Missouri Western women get set for conference play this Wednesday. They get Pittsburg State on the road. The Griffons are 2-2 on the young season. And joining us now, pinch hitting for Coach Lindblad, is a very bald Corey Odell. I like the haircut. It's always been like that.
Hey, it's clean.
It's been announced, so you're used off the lineup card. You've got no other choice.
All right.
So.
Your thoughts on the season to this point?
It's not where we'd like to be. We played a tough Quincy team early on, and that was a tough game. But I think other than that, we would like to be at least 3-1 right now. We did not shoot the ball very well when we were in Colorado, so that's kind of been frustrating. We didn't get up and down like we would like to. Our transition game hasn't been quite what you'd like to see, but we see it coming along in practice, so we'd like to share it with everybody against Pitt State.
Well, Corey, one consistent that's been this way for, golly, her whole career, and boy, is she off to a good start this year. Jessica Cook is playing at a high level, and she's going to need to for us to be good, isn't she? Absolutely, and you know, she is playing at a high level, and she's doing a lot of good things. I think that, to be honest with you, she has more to offer. I don't think she's playing at her top end. She's not playing the type of basketball we see every day in practice, in games yet. And she makes other players around her better. I know Coach Smith was talking about that. And I think that's one of the things we're going to see as we progress during the season, is really bringing out the strength of other players around her, and that's something that she's going to add. She's averaging 21 points a game. No one else on the team is in double figures. Do you really need that supporting cast to step up a little bit, or are you hoping for that to happen? Absolutely. Otherwise, defensively, people can just come out and really focus on one individual, and you need other people to step up. And I believe we'll have that. I believe we have the talent and the personnel to get that done. It just hasn't happened yet. We have a couple of newcomers. You know, Brittany Griswold, I think, is really going to come into her own quickly, but she just isn't quite there yet. We're really excited about some of the things Stacy's done. She's played really strong around the basket and getting a lot of rebounds in the short minutes that she's played. Corey, this is a team, and you guys want to get up and down the floor, play at a quick pace, and most people would associate that with a lot of points scored. Yet in the early going through the first 4 games, this team has struggled offensively. Why do you think that is? You know, I don't know why that is. If I knew why that was, we probably would have fixed it by now. You'd have written a book on that, wouldn't you? We haven't shot a very high percentage, and we're getting the shots we want. Yeah, it's to say you're getting the looks. We've had missed layups too. We had in our loss in Colorado, I think we counted 22 missed layups. Okay, so that's frustrating. We're getting the shots we want. They're not going in. You know, we continue to practice those shots, but you can't just sit in the gym and shoot all day. You have to work on other things. And we make baskets in practice, so I don't know if it's a game time situation or just something that we need to get in the groove of right now. On the other hand, you forced 90 turnovers through 4 games, and that's a pretty solid number. I'm sure that's kind of where you'd like to be. You're getting what you want out of your defense. For the most part, yes. We were playing very good defensive basketball. We didn't see it as much against Quincy, but the last 3 games we've played much better defensively. We've held teams below their averages. That's really what's kind of kept us in games, and then we've been able to pull some out. So. Let's talk about the conference now. 5 MIAA schools enter the conference play this week undefeated. Of the 11 conference schools, only 1 enters this week with a losing record. That's Northwest, who was in the Final Four last year. Just your thoughts on this dogfight of a conference and what it's going to be. Well, I think that statement right there says a lot about this conference, the parity, that you know, anybody can win on any given night. Your best teams can lose, your worst teams can knock off your top teams, and it's really hard to say. You know, this has all been a non-conference schedule, and all those games have to be weighed as far as who they really played and what those wins are. And there's some good wins out there. I'm not to say that there aren't good wins out there, but not every win is equal to someone else's win in a non-conference setting. And then looking at action this week specifically, Wednesday night at Pittsburg State, Saturday against Emporia State. What do you know about those 2 teams? What's going to take to win? Well, you know, you look at Pittsburg State, and right off the bat, you say they're huge. Okay, they go 6'3" and they go 6'6". I wouldn't be successful guarding either of those. No, you would not. They're a big team. And so, you know, typically we're not going to go inch for inch with most teams that we play against. And that's why we like to play the transition style of basketball, because we like to get up and down and outrun those bigger players. So, you know, they also have some pretty good guard play. So if we can outrun those bigger players and force some mismatches there in that transition game, as well as lock down some of their guard play as far as scoring and get the ball going the other direction, I think we'll be successful. And then Pittsburgh 6-0 on the year, and then you come home Saturday against an Emporia squad that's 3-1, 2 years removed from a national championship. Right. They're good every year. What do you know from them? Well, like you said, they're good, and they're always good, and they're tough, and it's going to be a battle. You know, we split with them last year. We lost at their place, and we won back here. You know, it's just going to be, I think that's going to be a dogfight, and I think it's going to come down to who wants it more and who executes better. Okay, Corey, since you're sitting in that chair this week, you get to do these impromptu, so I hope you stayed up last night. Good luck. I did. We're in anticipation of these. It's the hardest part of the show. Good set of questions, by the way. Very good. Very stressful. They are stressful. It's the holiday season, and I'm curious, unofficial holidays that is, your favorite unofficial holiday, Black Friday or Cyber Monday? You know, I got to go with Cyber Monday because you can, you know, every year we buy everybody on the list
a magazine subscription.
Magazine
we get done with it.
Yes.
We're done with it, and boom, it's over. One website, one credit card, it's over.
Very thoughtful on your Christmas present selection there, too.
Well, hey, you know, everybody gets a specific. We don't go Sports Illustrated for everybody, okay?
Okay, there you go.
All right.
They're good to be versatile. Along those lines, what's the earliest you've ever gotten up and gone shopping?
Oh, I would say that probably is close. It's got to be probably a 1 or 2 a.m. since I have a 2-year-old daughter, and you're like, she wakes up and she's sick, and you got to go get Tylenol. So if you're calling it that, I'll call it that.
Okay, we'll count that.
Corey Odell's pregame ritual.
You know,
you have one?
As an assistant coach, you don't usually get one very much. You're usually running around while the coach is mentally preparing for the game. So I would say my pre-game ritual is trying not to go in every direction at one time.
Provided you have one, what is playing on your iPod or on the CD player with Carl?
You know, the kids always think I'm a little bit nuts, and I love listening to, you know, reggae Hawaiian music.
Okay. John Denver too. I've heard
oh,
that
I do.
process.
Yeah, little John Denver.
You're
used to live in Hawaii, so
that's true, and I really latched onto it.
Corey Odell, good luck
Corey,
this week.
thanks for joining us this week.
We'll
Thanks,
talk
Brett.
to you more. That's Corey Odell. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, I think we're ready to go.
MIAA play opens Saturday. Your Griffons host Emporia State. Go Griffs.
Why can't you be more like that?
Why can't you dunk like that?
Train like the pros at Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Your first choice, the right choice.
Welcome back to GSI, presented by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. So far this year, Brett, we've trained like the pros in golf, football, soccer, volleyball.
Well, we've been versatile, and now it's time to hit the hardwood. Here's Spine and Sports' Fred Schunkweiler.
All right, we're here with Griffon basketball player Jessica Cook talking about ACL prevention. You know, ACL prevention, the whole body is important, not just the knee. The knee needs the hip, needs the foot, needs the spine. And we're going to talk about how the core is three-dimensional, as we're going to have Jessica demonstrate an exercise in here in just a second. But I want to talk about why that knee needs the whole body. If I'm on a fast break and I'm coming down and the point guard gives me a pass, but I've got to go back behind to catch it, that left knee needs my thoracic spine to be flexible enough to protect that knee. So Jessica now is going to demonstrate an exercise to help that thoracic spine work with the knee. She's jumping in 3 dimensions here. She's jumping front to back, but her arms are working 3-dimensionally. Now she's going to switch and go side to side. She's rotating her upper body. She's going up and down with her arms as her body is moving in 3 dimensions, from the bottom up with her feet and from the top down with her legs. The core needs to be 3-dimensional for that ACL, because ACL injuries involve the whole body, and we want to prevent that ACL. At Spine and Sport, we train like the pros.
I'm Fred Schunkweiler. I'm a physical therapist. I own Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. You know, we treat athletes, we specialize in that, but the industrial athlete is somebody that gets hurt at work.
I'm a police detective with the city of St. Joseph.
I'm a welder.
I had shoulder surgery
and ended up having to have back surgery.
Professional athletes, they make a livelihood on the field. Well, an industrial athlete, they make their ends meet at work every day. And if you get injured at work, you want to get back to work as fast as you can so you don't miss a paycheck. And we specialize in that, and we have the resources and the facilities to help you get back to work faster. That's what the pool does.
And the pool, I attribute the pool to a lot of the recovery and the speedy recovery to get me back to work quicker. You know, I need to be back at work.
Therapy was wonderful, about 8 weeks straight of it, and I'm great. I'm back to work, 100%, no pain at all. It is different. They take a different approach to it, but they help, and they work because they care, and they work really hard to get you back. They did a great job.
Spine and Sport Physical Therapy, your first choice, the right choice.
She takes headaches away with her bare hands. Men run thousands of miles for her without ever leaving the room. She once helped a woman avoid carpal tunnel surgery by serving up drinks with a twist. She is the most helpful physical therapist in the world.
I don't always go to physical therapy, but when I do, I prefer spine and sport.
Griffon Sports Insider, Wednesdays on KQ2, your source for Missouri Western sports. Welcome back. We wrap it up, as always, with the ever-famous Pick'em segment.
A lot of anticipation here. What do you think's going to happen this week, folks?
You get the crown.
All right.
4-0 last week.
I'm back.
4-0.
I went through the late season doldrums. I'm coming back.
Not yet, baby. It's you were 4-0. I'm 3-1.
All right.
You are 55-17 overall. I'm 57-15. I want to ask you some role play questions too, just because you can look like that.
Just because I've got my heart out.
Brett Easley, you're Tim Tebow.
Yes.
Are you? What are you?
Hey, John Elway, I'm winning football games right now. You want to criticize me? Doesn't matter how we get it done. I've won 5 in a row. I'm winning on the road, and we are contenders in the AFC West.
Brett Easley, the NBA lockout is over. Games back by Christmas. Do you care?
I don't care at all. I would rather watch a James Bond movie marathon than watch the NBA on Christmas Day.
I like it. Me too. Brett Easley, you're Albert Pujols. Who do you sign with?
I'm signing with St. Louis. Let's go back and win another World Series title. My wife didn't hear me say that because she's a Cardinal fan, but that's the obvious. Go back to baseball heaven, Albert. You got a bunch of money.
I like it. Let's get with the pick'ems now. This week, the Chiefs at the Bears. The Chiefs 1 touchdown in 43 possessions.
Duh! Burst. Chiefs will not score a touchdown this week either. Julius Peppers, 5 sacks.
Give me Kyle Orton to lead the Chiefs to victory. How about that? I'm going to take it. Big 12 football, number 11 K-State host Iowa State.
Well, what a season for K-State. They're going to seal it. Paul Rhodes had a nice year, too. How about their win over Oklahoma State? But K-State wins. Win number 10 for them, right? 10
yes, it would be. Give me K-State as well. MIAA football, now the NCAA playoffs. Northwest at Pittsburgh, a rematch of week 3 or whatever it was. Pitt won that game. How about this one?
Well, it's going to be fun. Not a lot of games on campus. This one will be at Pitt State. Give me the Bearcats. It's another revenge game for them. They'll beat the Gorillas in the jungle.
Give me Pittsburgh. Oh. Give me Pittsburgh to win. I picked against the Bearcats last week and I lost.
Straight week.
MIAA basketball starts this week. Fort Hays at Lincoln.
Well, what is Lincoln? Lincoln women look to be a little bit better, but you don't give me that upset. I'm taking the Lincoln women. Give me the Hays men. Hays men have a lot of new players, but they'll go win at Jason Gym.
Give me the Hays sweep. I don't think Lincoln's for real yet. Emporia at Northwest could be 2 good games.
2 good games. Tell you what, Northwest struggling with it. They got a lot of new faces, and Abby Hendry, I think, has got an injury. Give me the Emporia women. Give me the Northwest men. I really like what I saw out of them in the Hilliard Classic.
Give me the same split as well. Baptist at Central.
SBU at Central. Give me a Central Missouri sweep there. Dave Slifer's Jenny's nice win last weekend against Quincy. And the Central men lost at Quincy. There's no shame there, but it's a Central sweep from all time.
I agree with that. Truman at Missouri Southern.
About the Truman women this year. They look like they're for real. They beat Quincy as well. Give me the Truman women. Give me the Southern men in a rout.
I agree with that. I'll take that. We'll stay the same on that. And the Griffons on the road at Pitt Wednesday, back home for Emporia. MIAA opener Saturday at home.
Well, it's a home conference games. These are afternoon games, too. 1:30, 3:30 starts, and a good way to start. Emporia State, always festive when the Emporia State Hornets come to town. You know you're going to get good competitive games. $10 adults, $5 youth. Don't forget, all youth 13 and under can get a free ticket at Hy-Vee at 271-4481 for tickets.
We'll see you there. That's GSI for this week.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, go Griffs.
Go Griffs.